Now, boys.
I need to test it. How am I supposed to test it if I can't test it?
Oh, is it?
Okay. To the Hitchhiking Dead, 1988, Land's End. You strings of spermatoza in hot bath water, more fantastical than ever, waiting for the right folk song to inspire the pineal organ on top of my brain. Make like a leaf child, waiting for the season of gonadotropic hormones in the starling calendar, at once to urge migration and stimulate my milk. Oh, proclavin, keep me here, paternal Gariel, keep me here, infernal Ariel, keep me in the eternal unreal. Just for a minute, feel the gurgle of your shins. Have a look at the sun. No, really. I still don't understand God, but are we going through pink scaffolding and the hiss and shocks of work sites dripping in needless alley? The poem, a gun might pass terrific bus brakes. I heard them in the body shop. But God helps my mascara run. Ah, you beautiful lowbrow. Ah, you second-person pronoun. You'll always be urging against the limits. Scientists' words do stand in the desert of the soul, but they must speak of things unseen by poets or farmers. But if everybody in the world keeps chickening out, having been the sperm bank, he's not allowed the father. I'd like to buttonhole you in the commodity, who bought books because roughly the shape of a tally. I dreamed I went to Birmingham, as I was going to Birmingham. Union Street and Carr Lane. All the streets I'd shoplift. So coming into town, I could cry at the light of the upper sales rooms as this glass front of a wine bar cut from the background blue and BT Tower, which moves because one of us moves. We young lions, moved on by prides of females, more like dispersed seeds, more important to keep moving, and after 2 weeks, mate every 15 minutes. Sometimes you just need a place name. Land's End. Every region has a Land's End. And somewhere a starving postman or a cat dying in a ditch is thinking, I must get to Paradise Circus. Everything the foot touches will be kissed. As a man with no notebook leaves his mom and gets off the number 11 and walks down Midnight Hampstead Road, distraught he must leave familiar things, and even the cemetery woods with his petrified moor of Mara is sorry to see him go. I can never catch up with this fugitive to say, it'll be all right, we'll see you later. Hurry up and drop your balls. He is the man without a notebook, a lost poet in another century, refusing poetry as a substitute for life. As a starving cat sets out from Heathfield Road with a sleeping bag in a bag to land at Land's End. Oh, baby loon, I love you so when you pack your flannel and walk out the door to a slip road in Sandwell or Great Bar and you kissed my face on a lonely island. Who knows how you got to Bodmin Moor? There was an Austin Morris band to Exeter or Exmouth. Got to Falmouth, he says. Plenty of fanny in Falmouth. I now think he was Fred West. Years later I realised he could be Fred West driving from Gloucester, and I could catch up with this fugitive to say, it'll be okay. He won't kill you. There's plenty of fanny in Falmouth. Oh babe, when you walk out that door with a 5-inch blade in your lunchbox, please don't go. Don't go. Oh. I'm taking 10 steps closer when you walk out that door. Holy crap. Stephen reminds me I got picked up by that genteel woman off the island. Didn't she drop off 2 hangdog drifters alongside? Probably pissed off I ruined their chance to rob her. She seemed to pick up a lot of hitchers from that island. Anyway, she let me stay in her Cheltenham house, and I must have asked her if she ever had second thoughts bringing people in. But she thought the best of people. Just treat them as they'd like to be treated, she might have said. And anyway, in the morning, while she gave me breakfast. I said, I wanted to give her something, but all I had was a muffin. She said, pass it on. I said, I feel the need to give you the muffin. She says, pass it on. It has been my mission to pass on the muffin. Damn, now I remember leaving Handsworth way too late. It was like 4 o'clock. I thought I was mental setting out then. What the hell was I doing all day? And what was I doing at the island? All morning when she drops me off. It was supposed to be a good place. I suppose it was one scratchy lift tacking to another all the way down to Somerset or Wiltshire. In the passenger seat of late summer with some ethereal driver. And he says, I'll say something that may shock you. When I have these physical distractions, I masturbate, so I concentrate on higher things, which I agree with, apart from the higher, because I never got anywhere near Cornwall before dark. Some driver said, don't get caught at Bodmin Moor. Evil place. He is taking a cattle train to his mom and stranded in the night at Bodmin Moor, trying to walk down country road with a thumb stuck out, with the fog coming down, a fog from Scooby-Doo, a fog from the fog, a fog where the beast of Bodmin creeps to mate with Cornish cats. I couldn't see my feet on the curb. I couldn't see the curb, with the will-o'-the-wisp headlights softly creeping, with the cars softly creeping, bottom gear in the fog, till they brushed past the silhouette of a postman or a ship's captain with his thumb out. The fog swirling, and I put my hand out, and I couldn't see my hand. I had to stand stock still, not knowing where the road was, trusting those cars would slide by with their fog lights 2 feet away, never knowing I was there. 5 minutes later, the fog rolls behind me, past the country cottages, and out in front is the crispy furrows of the moor, and the roadside trees are gleaming hard, and the cottage lights hard, and out on the moor, a fat white churn of dough comes rolling. It rolls down the shaggy moor to the boundary wall, and over like sea scum, and creeping across the road. And I'm bethinking him, this is probably an optical illusion. It looks like war, but it will be diffuse. But it creeps up like alien ooze up to mischief, swallows my feet, swallows my head, and the hard countryside is gone, and cars are gone, softly creeping home. It rolls away, the hard chroma of countryside road and the artificial light comes back. The white surf rolls in on the moor, and when there's a break in the fog for the 5th or the 10th time, I walk down and find the first roadside cottage with a secluded porch, and I take out my sleeping bag and pray they never open the front door as I doss down on the marble. The way I'll come in 20 years and scrabble at your porch, hiding in King Marcus's castle from the dog curled up outside. And I cannot find you. I cannot find you. The ball of twine is in my head, but the way erased, and they built 10,000 storage sheds to line my maze. Come into this shed, sad Khandan. Come into this sleeping bag, my dead better. And come into this sleeping bag, mad Graham. And come into this sleeping bag, my Clement Qadr. You can't hurry fate. She knows how to wait. Oh, my suffering, punishing Betty. Her tears are your confetti. Come into this sleeping bag. I don't know whose it is, but God is in it. Your friend. Your suffering, punishing end. Your ass's milk and adder. He's a soft, rich tea biscuit on a cold marble ground.